The reason that we have taken over the globe in a way that no other species has is because we are the ultimate adaptation machine.
Welcome to another episode of the favorite top 3 life hackers for success. So if you are new to the series, we have already discussed about Gary Vee, who's an infamous entrepreneur who built a multi-million-dollar modern-day social media agency close to the public ear as VaynerMedia. In this episode, we're going to be breaking down the top 5 principles of success by Bilyeu, the guy who steered Quest Nutrition with a staggering growth rate of 16,000% within the first year of launch. If you aren't impressed by that number, he's the founder of Impact Theory and several other subsidiaries, including Health and Relationship Theory, gathering over billions of views and a trustworthy fan club from all around the world, just like me from Sri Lanka. So without further ado, let's break down Bilyeu. Execution comes first. Starting from his favorite quote, "The future belongs to those who work for it today," by Malcolm X, Tom stresses that someone out there is outworking you and the world belongs to them. As simple and fair enough it sounds, when it comes to putting the first sweat out, it is way harder and unromantic than the honeymoon phase of planning out. He reminds how much this mindset of urgent execution has helped him build his unicorn business in just a matter of 9 years.
All this stuff, Star Wars, right? It's, you're the kid on the lonely planet. Nobody knows who you are, but you're willing to put yourself out there and learn this new skill and become one with the Force and do incredible things. Or the Matrix, you're just this random guy and you realize your whole life has been a lie and you wake up and have a chance to turn yourself into the one, but you're gonna have to do the hard ass work. You're gonna have to learn Kung Fu. You're gonna have to put yourself out there and risk your life.
Maniacal focus. We humans love to hands-on new tasks. However, when it comes to finishing the line, only a handful can bear the claim. Anyone who's interested in doing something extraordinary, it's indispensable to take one thing and do it with force and determination long enough to see the results. In fact, almost all the mega successful companies all around the world, including this one, YouTube, but to the most part burning cash until it broke even in revenue after many years. So if you can marry a single industry and nurture it with focus for long, even at times when the odds are against you, chances are you can cash out a fortune, just like in Tom's case.
The only way that you're going to be able to push past the mountain of obstacles that is going to try to stop you is to have maniacal focus, to know exactly what you want, to have clarity of purpose, to have a crystal clear vision in your mind of what you're trying to accomplish, something that you could tell anybody in a single sentence. When you have that and you stare at it all day and you think about exactly how you're gonna make it happen and you tie your identity to it, then you've got a chance.
Optimize your life. Tom believes good health as one of the cornerstones of a fulfilled life. While many entrepreneurs turn down the fact that health and business doesn't go in hand, Tom prioritizes his sleep, healthy eating, and good relationships, so much so that he never had set an alarm for the last 5 years and had always woken up naturally since then. While some of you guys might be telling, what a nightmare, Tom challenges you to check your schedule and remove the redundants that will help you pack some more sleep and make efficiency the name of your game.
Probably one of the most celebrated things, when you get a little sleep, people champion you. Normally I'd sleep 5 to 6 hours a night with no alarm. Okay, I haven't set an alarm in 15 years, so that was my cycle. I go to bed early, very consistently, my diet is on point, my exercise is on point, and so I'd wake up feeling awesome. Yeah.
Genuine self-esteem. Self-esteem is an important aspect which heavily influences people's choices and decisions. As much as it is important, if you build it on top of a weak foundation, you're gonna end up in a devastation. Most people validate themselves to their successes, people around them, and their accomplishments, which sounds like no harm. However, when you are in the face of a negative judgment, failure, or guilt, there's no one else, sometimes not even your successes, to back it up. That's why Tom emphasizes on building a genuine self-esteem, and here's how he breaks it down.
Your self-esteem around matters. And whether you realize it or not, each and every one of you has something that sits at the core of how you feel about yourself. And from that, your identity, your sense of self-worth, your self-esteem, it is all built around that thing. And I will tell you the trap that most people fall into, that I certainly fell into, that led me into hiding in bed for 5 hours at a time every morning, was that I valued myself for being smart, for being right, for being good, for being worthy, all incredibly fragile traits. And I kept encountering people who were smarter than I was, who were right more than I was. And it made me feel badly about myself. Now, if there's anything you know it's that humans move towards the things that make them feel good, and they move away from the things that make them feel bad. So you can understand that is a terrible strategy to have this very fragile thing that holds my entire sense of identity and self-worth. I'm smart. I meet somebody smarter than me, and I don't think, what can I learn? Because I think an old dog can't learn new tricks.
Change your beliefs. We are living in a matrix just like in the movie. Our beliefs are shaped either by our environment or by our experiences, out of which our childhood plays a huge part in shaping our belief system. Tom points out that we are likely to believe something negative than a positive in a given situation. Yet, we can always change our beliefs with the constant muscle up, as every belief is just another choice.
Here's the terrifying thing about how we get shaped. It happens when you're young. You get all these things that come to you that seem to be simply true. I believed that the human mind couldn't change. I believed that it was fixed. I believed that my talent and intelligence were just what they were. It all seemed true. It wasn't like I knew it to be a lie. It wasn't even like I knew that I had a choice to think of it a different way. And one of my favorite quotes of all time is from Albert Einstein. And he said, the most important decision any human being has to make is whether they live in a friendly or a hostile universe.
Take control. Taking control is a bonus that comes with entrepreneurship. When there's no boss to report, you are accountable to get things done no matter what, as long as you want to keep running your business. This is easier said than done with the upgrowing competition and ever-inflating pressure, which is why you should listen to this clip to see how Tom sums it up.
I understood I have to improve, and I was reading a lot. And so this notion that I have to get better, that I can get better, and that I'm encountering all these amazing ideas in these books, encountering Tony Robbins and just being blown away by how he was kicking me in the ass and making me feel empowered at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, whoa.
Exactly,
and so
yeah.
realizing that his advice was real, which is just the highest compliment I can pay anyone.
Finally, we just ran through the top 5 plus and an additional bonus tip of Tom Bilyeu's tips for success. I know it's hard to grab the full story in just one go, and that's why I want you to watch it with someone else who wants to learn from Tom Bilyeu, so that you both can discuss about the topic. If you're a fan of Gary Vee and missed out my top 5 hacks for success by Gary Vee, I'll link it over this video. And by the way, the final of the series, I'll be breaking down the top 10 hacks from Patrick Bet-David, because this guy got a ton of valuable tips for both entrepreneurs and people in general. Have a great week ahead.